injured here. 2v2 Medean Cliff Mines, blue team. Blauwhuid, or however you say this name, is a Lictor Alpha melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt. Also has some great offense. Alongside, Toilailee is a mech boy who is not wearing any armor. Actually has a very cool new armor for rank 59 in 2.1. It's obviously not working at the moment. Just his helmet is on, as you can see. Anyway, a teleporting commander that fights range combat. Can also disrupt, support, build structures and repair. Puts out some good damage too. Red team, Kalzi4 is a Commissar Lord. Fights melee, good offense and support. Starts off with this energy shield. Lictor Alpha skulking away there. And rounding us off is Riku's Apothecary support commander that fights melee by default. Starts off with a target heal and a passive health regeneration aura, chasing off the mech boy with bolt pistol shots. Not the most effective combat commander, it has to be said, especially starting off the Apothecary. Always thought he'd be better starting off with a bolter instead of bolt pistol and chainsword. Spawn mines on the field for Blauwhuid. Looks like they're going to be taken down though. Not paying attention to them at all, and down they go. Double termagants, double shooters, Kalzi4, sentinel into guardsmen, and tactical marines for Riku. Pretty standard openings for everyone. Expect Riku to go straight into assault marines. 481 500. Maybe storm boys from Toilailee to put pressure on the tactical marines. That gen is down. Blue team haven't even capped theirs yet, but they are capping red's natural victory point. They're going to get a 2-to-1. Mech boy in retreat. Can he get away? Everything to force melee? No. Does get away fine. Here comes sluggers and double shooters. There's the war. Going straight after the tactical marines. Good special attacks from the sluggers, but an awesome special attack from the Apothecary, and there is the heal on the tactical marines. That is the power of the Apothecary right there. Allows units to counter their counters with his heal. For example, assault marines on banshees. 475, 489. Formagot's getting too close to base. And the Commissar Lord is very angry with this node. And down it goes. Here comes the Lictor Alpha. No flesh hook. That was a special attack, but did not knock down the Commissar Lord because his shield is up. Sentinel with a very nice stomp has the ground pound upgrade. Formagot's just in retreat there. 50 requisition of 15 power for a 100 health buff, and the ground pound ability, which allows it to help guardsmen against nasty melee squads getting close with knockback, stun and a little bit of damage. But as you saw there, against the termagants you can just walk in and stun a ranged blob as well, especially if you keep the squads together. Toxin sacks up on the termagants, damage buff, health buff, and the awesome crippling poison will help him deal with the Commissar Lord. 475, 466. More generators up, put down by Riku. And more generators here. 1-to-1 cat. Very, very close. Assault marines are on the field for Riku. Blauwhuid has warriors, and we do see storm boys from Toilailee. Assault marines forcing off the sluggers. Get a heal in midair and jump after the shooter boys. Bad engagement for Toilailee. Blauwhuid is here to help out though, has warriors. I don't think we're going to see a Barb Strangler with assault marines on the field. Warriors are heavy infantry. 10-50 hit points is a decent amount in tier 1. And with the adrenal glands it goes up to 1575, so they are a reasonably durable melee squad. They run away here though. Commissar Lord also flees. Apothecary already in retreat, as are those assault marines. Storm boys jumping after them. Jump troops with power melee weapons makes them very, very dangerous in tier 1, but they will bleed you. Only 900 hit points across the 5 models. 437, 465 maybe. Oh, in fact we already see the battery pack for the half naked mech boy. 150 heal I believe it is, but he can also heal vehicles, which is awesome. Apothecary heals himself there. The Apothecary heals for plus 50 when you target something that has commander armor, so it's not useless versus commanders and sub commanders and such. 407, 465, there's a double cap for red. Assault Marines in huge amounts of trouble. Gonna go down. They jumped into Sluggers and Storm Boys. Perhaps Dark Riku did not see them there. Just jumped in blind. Perhaps expected to land on Shooter Boys. That was some serious DPS by the Sluggers and the Storm Boys underwire there. Wow. Shooter Boys also weighing into fire. 373, 465. Looks like Dark Riku wants to concede. Kalzi4 does not. He's getting double Catachan Devils. Here is the first squad. The second squad just getting dropped off there. Very versatile infantry. Can support with a smoke grenade, can disrupt with their grenade launcher. Can also counter melee squads very effectively and put lots of pressure in general onto squads with their awesome power melee damage. Lictor Alpha still level 1. No war gear. All the commanders look like level 1 in fact, yes. Tier 2 for Blauwhuid. Tier 2 for Dark Riku. Storm Boys have lost the model, but they're staying in play here. There is the unreliable grenade launcher, 2 of them to disrupt the shooters, and here come the Catachans. Catachans in retreat, these guys staying in play. They are a detector unit as well, you can tell by the eye icon. They should perhaps get a grenade icon as well because of their grenade launcher. Lictor Alpha chasing down the Sentinel. Gets away though. Warrior Brood will now decap the VP, and it looks like Red Team are staying in the game. Dark Riku taking his power back. 365, 438. Sluggers on capping duty. Got a whole bunch of XP from wiping out those Assault Marines, or helping to wipe them out. Warrior Brood tanking the Sentinel's damage. Doesn't do a whole lot with its multi-laser. Lots of capping going on. Red Team taking control of the center. They're going to take their natural as well for a 2-1. 365, 434. Can they come back after that really bad engagement for Dark Riku, who lost his scouts as well, of course. Mech Boy teleporting in. There is an improvised explosive on the central VP from the Catachan Devils. Demolition Man, just one of the many things Catachans can do. Mines dropped by the Commissar Lord, and there are no Shooter Boy knobs, so they won't be able to spot them. So they are going to go off. They do take a little while to arm though. There you see them arming now. Being spotted by the Warrior Brood as well. They won't go off as long as they are spotted, unless they are shot at or something. Warrior Brood losing a model. Get away. Very lucky to get away with 2 models with just 100 hit points. Sentinel lives. Can Kalzi4 pull off double Catachans? I think it's such a risky tier 1 build. Double Catachans, you're going to get bled like crazy. Lots of micro to use all of the abilities effectively as well. We'll see if Kalzi4 can pull this off. Dark Riku has Devastators. Risky with Storm Boys around, you would have to say. These guys have their Nob Leader, and he is a heavy melee monster. Look at the size of him. Will take on vehicles. Not sure how an Ork chopper is melee heavy, but there you go. 343, 434, 2-1 cap for Red Team. There is the Commissar Flare, reducing the range of these shooters, allowing the Catachans to close on melee maybe, but they are getting shot to absolute bits. Look at the losses. He's going to lose these guys, and does. That's a big loss. Lots of nice juicy XP for the shooters, and they're all level 2 already. Mech Boy teleports in, trying to assassinate the Sentinel. Does decent damage with the default shooter. Plasma cannon hits terrain, which often happens on the middle of Medean Cliff Mines. Artillery squads always hitting terrain again, as you can see. There is the full auto by the Apothecary. Has fully kitted out his Apothecary. Armor of Purity, improved medical equipment. I think that was a mistake. He now has very little field presence, though he does have a fully kitted out level 2 Apothecary. Maybe he can support Kalzi4, who is getting a Chimera. 341, 400. One took a single cap, sorry. Center uncapped. Red's natural uncapped, and blue team are going to come and cap it. Maybe hit this power. Kalzi4 has preserved his Sentinel level 2. Zone throw on the field. Blauwhuid. Artillery unit that doesn't need to set up and doesn't do friendly fire, but he doesn't have the range or damage of most other artillery squads. Does have an instant projectile though, no travel time on it, so you can't dodge it. Shooter's wiping there. What is Toilailee doing? Just got outshot, and now the shooter boy is retreating. Must be macroing elsewhere. What is he doing? He's hitting gens here with Storm Boys. Looks like he just chased something off the plasma cannon guys. And the Stern Guard veterans for Dark Riku with their Hellfire rounds loaded in will put a lot of pressure on these Orks. Storm Boys jumping the plasma cannon. As you can see, they stun when they have their big heavy Storm Boy knob. That was Bomber Boys. Didn't quite finish off the plasma cannon, but a nice idea. Commissar Lord now capping south. He's level 2, has the power sword, gives him lead by example, allows him to disrupt and break lines. Also the flak jacket, very good versus high health squads like Tactical Marines. You can execute a member. I think he's got it so he can quickly execute Warrior Brood or indeed Venom Brood, get some synapse backlash going off. The Chimera goes down. 341, 325, not looking good for red team. Dark Riku going tier 3 though. Stone Guard veterans, first company Tactical Marines that can change their ammo type whenever they like after a small cooldown to combat all targets. Hellfire rounds loaded in, good versus light infantry, and commanders granting a damage over time when you use it against those targets. Stormtroopers running the hell away. Plasma cannon, big shot on those stick bombers. Artillery squad that throw these Orky grenades, and there are some stun bombs. But the plasma cannon already in retreat, doesn't get affected. 341, 312. Red team doing an awesome job to keep these VPs as they are, I think. Commissar Lord runs away. Zone Throat runs away. Here is the Venom Brood, very solid anti-vehicle unit for Tyranids. Can also be upgraded to grant range synapse, boosting health and damage of ranged squads such as the Termagants. And Hormagaunts have melee synapse now, so we have ranged and melee synapse on the field for Blauwhuid. You don't see that very often for Tyranids, since it's not always economically viable to get both specialized synapse on the field. But he's managed it. Storm Boys, level 3 Storm Boys. These guys are going to be so dangerous. Jumping the plasma cannon. And they are forced off. He really has absolutely nothing to deal with these Storm Boys at all. Gone straight to tier 3. I thought he was going to get a Dreadnought, but we'll see what he's going to do now. He can't afford Terminators, does not have the red. I assume he's going to go for a Land Raider or a Quick Predator. Sentinel with the Stomp. Knocks back the Warrior Brood. Here come Venom Brood, putting pressure on it, but it does get away. Sentinel has heavy armor, so you can damage it with small arms fire, though it is a large target as well. So anti-vehicle weapons also do great versus it, which is why it's so difficult to keep alive in tier 2. There's a Manticore Strike. This could change the game if you can make this thing pay off, but that's not going to pay off. Completely missing everything. 341, 292. Dark Riku holding on. Stone Guard in retreat. Lose a model. Stick bombers actually pretty damn decent in melee. In elite, got a health buff, damage buff, and 80 melee skill now, so they will get special attacks off on most stuff. 341, 270. A Predator tank it is for Dark Riku. Battle Wagon though for Toilailee. Blauwhuid also tier 3 and has a lot of resources as well. Mech Boy still with that battery package, level 3. Lictor Alpha almost going down. Is that a Manticore Strike? It is. Boom. Beautifully done. Absolutely owned Blauwhuid's army there. I don't think he lost the squad, or did he lose Termagants? I think he did lose Termagants. Warrior Brood lose 2 models. Can he finish them off? Trying to chase them down. No. Venom Brood also lost 2 models. Hormagaunts get away with just 2 models themselves. Wow, lots and lots of damage. Did the Manticore level from that? No, he didn't. Got half a bar. 341, 208. So triple cap for blue. Riku forcing off Storm Boys with They Shall Know No Fear on his Stone Guard, and the Predator tank already has extra armor. Might just keep it with the autocannon for now. Zone Throat going to get shots on those Catachans. Ouch, I think it's about 80 damage per shot or 70 damage per shot. But that is spread evenly across its blast radius. Doesn't fall off from the center like a grenade. Commissar Lord taking his natural back. Predator tank is now mid. Stern Guard veterans are going to cap, and they cap 50% faster, much like Tactical Marines and Commandos now, of course. Dark Riku expecting knobs. In fact, he has a battle wagon to deal with. Super unit for Orks. Trundles around running over stuff and shooting it. Looks like it's got 3 or 4 units inside. Put 1 unit inside and you get a speed buff, and the 2 big shooters will fire. Sentinel's going to go down here surely. There it goes. Anti-armor stormtroopers though, with their melter guns, the ability to infiltrate and melter bombs, such an awesome anti-vehicle unit. But here comes the battle wagon. Where's he up to? 313, 143. There's the triple cap for red. Battle wagon is right in base though. The Catachans look like they do not have their Sarge. Now they're getting him to get that melter gun. Battle wagon is not a very tough vehicle or super unit, I should say. 2700 hit points. It is reasonably fast, but does have some pathing issues. Now under real pressure here. Can Kalzi4 take this thing down in base? There is the big zap gun shots. No, it's not. It's the Mega Rumbler from the mech boy. That is so annoying. Absolutely awesome versus structures, and in fact takes down that base turret. 250, 143. And a single cap for red. Battle wagon gets away. Stormtroopers are still chasing it with those melter guns though, getting rear armor hits. Here come Tyranids to help out. Kalzi4 under huge amounts of pressure now. Riku has some scouts to repair his Predator tank. Battle wagon is still alive. Stormtroopers do not want to melee the battle wagon. Down they go. Is that a flare? Not sure. Lictor Alpha now with the deadly jump. Also has feeder tendrils, which are a power melee weapon. Leaping into the scouts, putting pressure on them. No full auto from the Apothecary. Predator tank getting shots off. 240, 124. A 2-to-1 cap for blue. Red team have done remarkably well to hold on. But a Swarm Lord is now on the field. 2000 hit points of vehicle armor, a self heal, and a very nasty area of effect attack. Also grants a speed synapse and a reinforcement synapse to all Tyranids. Even Carnifexes and Tyrant Guard and the Hive Turret and stuff get this speed boost from the Swarm Lord. Such an awesome super unit, I think. 238, 122. Only downside is I don't think it does splash damage. It does attack very fast and do very good DPS though. 238, 122, 1-to-1 cap. Commissar Lord running the hell away. Catachans also running the hell away. There you see Leech Essence draining the health from those guardsmen and those Catachans. Stormtroopers rather. They have the assault kit. Red team needs some more AV. They have a battle wagon, a Luther tank, and a Swarm Lord to deal with now. Predators chasing it down. Warrior Brood with their original glands would be a threat to that Predator, especially if they could get on rear armor. And if the Zone Throat can snare it, which it has done. Shows rear armor now to try and get away. Terminators on the field for Dark Riku. Can they kill a Warrior Brood model? Those Storm Bolters do some serious DPS. Super heavy infantry for Space Marines cannot retreat. They can teleport, walk through cover, and cannot be suppressed. Inspire nearby allies with each kill that they make. The allies get a damage buff, a suppression resistance buff, and maybe something else even, I'm not sure. 200, 122, it's a 2-to-1 cap for red team. Kalzi4, what is he going to do? Maybe some Ogrins, maybe some more Stormtroopers, maybe another Manticore, we will see. He's going tier 3, he's not getting any of those things. 192, 122, 2-to-1 cap for red team. Gene Stealer's now on the way for Blauwhuid, and they will have melee synapse. Stun bombs from the stick bombers. They do stun Terminators, as you can see. Quite a long stun, but they do get away unharmed. 181, 122. Red team have a 2-1 somehow. I'm not sure how the heck they are doing this. Up against 2 soup units. Kalzi4 wasn't even tier 3. 2 looted tanks though now to deal with. I think Riku might want to get that twin las cannon for his tank now. Maybe Cyclone missile launcher for his Terminators. Predator's under huge pressure, needs to back the hell all the way off. Goes down. Infestation tower coming up. Will provide a buff to these Tyranid creatures. There are some spore mines. Terminators are going to move in to use their power fists in melee on the rear armor of this looted tank. They might go down here. Commissar is also in there, but he has his power sword, not his power fist. 163, 122. Looted tank lives. Somehow it lives. Terminators get away without a model loss. There is the mech boy again with his mega rumbler. But he does go down this time. Look how much damage he did to the turret. There's a Rocks on Kalzi4's base. The Ork nuke. Blue team piling on the pressure now. 163, 109. Surely this is all over. That's a big zap gun shot from the battle wagon. Ouch. I think that thing does 200 damage or something. Plasma cannon getting shots off. Las cannon on the field for Dark Recruit. We're under huge amounts of pressure instantly from the Tyranids. There's a Manticore strike. Can he take down the Zone Throw? Not quite. His Zone Throw is level 2. There is Leech Essence on the base. Manticore now under pressure from Warrior Brood. Trying to get back to the base turrets. 163, 90. Huge base assault from the blue team. Red team just trying to hang on here. We have the assault cannon up for the Terminators. I thought we were going to see the Cyclone missile launcher, but they did take down both of the looted tanks of Toilailee, so that was pretty good. Gene Stealers are in capping mode, infiltrating since they were left idle, and blue team have backed off the bases. Kalzi4's base is almost done. Just 2,691 hit points left on it. The mech boy can come in with another mega rumbler. And another assault goes off. He might lose his base. 163, 72, a single cap for blue team. Kalzi4 in all sorts of trouble. I do not see a way back for red at all. Swarmlord is here. The damage he's doing to the Apothecary there. Cannot level up, of course, because it's a super unit, much like Terminators cannot level up. Some people think they should. I'm not one of them. Cataclysm Devils now in melee with the Swarmlord. Not a good place for them to be. 163, 38. There's the double cap for blue. They should be able to see this out. Single cap now. Plasma cannon getting shots off. But here comes Stormboys leaping in. Are they level 4? They are level 4. And these Plasma Cannon Marines are done for. Surely no, they get away. Unbelievable. Are they going to jump or try and finish them off? Looks like they are going to jump. Determined to finish them off, and they do so. Coming right into base here. Going after the Devastators. It's all over. There's the 1-to-1 cap though. Cataclysms coming mid, trying to be sneaky and cap stuff. What's going on here? Swarmlord forcing off Terminators. Mines going off on those Termagants. Not losing a model, these guys. 163, 22. Commissar level 5 has stubbornness. Lictor Alpha level 3. Mech Boy level 5 has the Mega Rumbler on. Double cap for red. How is this happening? They're going to get a triple cap here. I think. Yes, Toilailee is more focused on destroying this base, and he's going to do it, I think. Ogrin's on the field for Kalzi4, and the base goes down. 127, 22. Battle Wagon did very, very well for Toilailee. I thought it was going to go down almost immediately with those stormtroopers around. Ogrin is now going after the Swarmlord. They have heavy melee damage and decent survivability, but I don't think they can take a Swarmlord on with Leech Essence up as well. Apothecary doesn't heal them. 99-22. More mines dropped. A single cap for red. Blue team just playing with them, I think. And they're going to get a triple here. Are they? No. Going to get a 2-1 at least. Scouts throwing a grenade at nowhere in particular. Miss everything. Stick bombers decap it. Very, very risky by blue team not to finish them off earlier. But there's the double cap. Soon to be a triple. And blue team take it. Red team did decently well to get where they did after that assault marine loss. I just think they did. Dark Riku did very little to try and counter the Storm Boys, who pretty much ran riot and did whatever the heck they wanted. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.